The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the April 7th, the terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there, too. You can always let those fingers do the walking. That means go ahead, send me an email. Send it to steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And, of course, in our Tigers Den, well, any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, got all U.S. indices trading to the downside. Dow's off 109, S&P's off 17, NASDAQ 110, Russell's 26, that's 0.3, 0.4, 0.7, and 1 3/4, 1 3/10% to the downside. Stocks, the semis are off 1 2/10, or 40 points out there. You've got gold up $15, that's 0.8. Silver's up 0.8 as well, 20 pennies. Light sweet crude is back 1% and a little bit. It's trading out at 95.18. Natural gas up 22 cents, trading right up into resistance, the top of a new profile. And a 30-year Treasury is off 1 point, trading out at 144.10. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside, you got Thermo Fisher up $20, 3.5%. Biorad Laboratories, 3.5%. Costco's up 21, 3.5%. O'Reilly Automotive, 17%, nearly 3%. And Regeneron Pharmaceuticals up nearly 2%, or $13. To the downside, it is the amazing one. Amazon off $62, 2%. Blue Water Vaccines, $43, 74%. Booking Holdings, 34, 1.5%. Google, 32, a little over 1%. And Restoration Hardware down $20. I'm trading out at 315.53. So let's begin. Let's begin by answering a question. Inside the Tiger's Den, somebody wanted to know about, I believe it was S&P, wanted to know about light sweet crude. So let's go change our screens, and let's go take a look at light sweet crude charts out here. I think it was just the take on light sweet crude, so that's what we're going to put up on our screen. We're going to put up our 8-panel. The 8-panel shows what? Shows the monthly chart says price is likely to continue to head higher. Price is above its green oscillator and change line above the top of its profile. So weekly says, well, hold on a minute here. It's struggled right now. It's struggling at the top of its profile, 103.34. Below its oscillator and change line, but it's still dealing with the center of the profile out here. So that's the first level of support, the center of a box, and that's out at 94.10. If price gets below that, then we'd be looking potentially for a run down to 84.87. I say potentially because if you look at the daily time frame chart, and I'll go ahead and expand this out, today is bar number 9 of a TD9 count. Now, I've got different support levels on my black background charts, white background charts. We use them both. So here, this is the Ninja Trader charts. This suggests that light sweet crude should bottom today or tomorrow. Remember the TD9 count, it's the low of bar 8. That was yesterday. 9 today, or it could be tomorrow out there. But prices test, well, I take that back. That's an old level of support. I do see a new profile level that has formed on the white background charts as well, with the bottom of that profile being 99.41. So S&P, here's the deal. You got a TD9 count bottom that should, we should see a bottoming pattern complete by tomorrow. So since we know we're in that range, we would look to those intraday charts to look for signals. Well, the 30-minute chart, TD9 count, Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. But here's a profile above price. Remember, that's kind of a bearish message. It's not kind of. For the 30-minute time frame, it's a bearish message. It would remain bearish unless price can get, I'd say, above 96.84. First things first, even though you got the valve bottoming pattern, it's got to deal with that oscillator and change line. And so far, that is resistance, 95.52. But you've got a bottom signal, got a bottom pattern, a completed bottom pattern. Not on the 60. You need a bullish reversal candle to confirm that signal. Same on the 120, no bottom signal there. No bottom signal on the 240, and no bottom signal on the 5-hour. So you just have to pay attention to S&P to one chart, and that's going to be the 30-minute time frame. And I'd say if there's a close below today's low, that tells you we head lower. Otherwise, you should see at least a counter trend move or potentially a bottom. But I say more likely not a bottom just yet, because you'd like to see more signals from the intraday time period than what we have as we speak as of 1:11 in the afternoon. But we should see some type of bottom form between today and tomorrow. Again, that was light sweet crude. So S&P, I hope that helps you out. And thanks so much for the request. Now let's kind of go to the general markets. I see we got another request for the IYT, and we'll certainly take a look at that. Oh, okay. Give me a moment. You know, we have call ahead seating here, and we've got Garo. Garo, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Good, and you, sir?
I am doing very well. I'm doing better now that I hear your voice. How is life treating you?
Everything is fine. I'm a happy camper. You know
I
me.
like that. I like that.
Always. I'm a blessed person. I'm a very happy person. Yeah.
Well, we're blessed to have you as part of the Tiger family out there. So thanks for calling in. I know the viewers and listeners love it when Garo calls in. And you're calling about Restoration Hardware, which is trading down today, down $18, 5.5%, 316. And so tell me what you're doing, how I can help you.
No, it's not that. RH.
RH. That's not Restoration RH. I thought that was Restoration Hardware. So my apologies. So RH is the ticker symbol that we're going to take a look at, and it's just RH. So tell me what you're doing here with RH.
Yeah, RH. I've been shortening this stock since December.
Okay.
Since December, when it was $600. If you look at the daily chart and the weekly chart. On a daily chart, you'll see that when it was $600 in December, it just the 5-day dropped from 200 to 200 moving averages of the SMA and EMA around $600. And if you look at the weekly chart, you'll see that at that price it dropped from the 50-day moving average.
Okay, so I don't have those moving averages, but you do such great work. Absolutely. So, what can I help you with today?
Yeah, here is a point. If you look at the weekly chart, you'll see that right now that $317 or $313 is sitting on a 200-day simple moving average.
I see that.
I want to know that in that crystal ball that you have, you think this is going to go below that 200-day, or this is a very good support and this is going to roll up from here?
So great question. Now, just simply expand out the, now that we've got Garo's set of charts up here, and Garo uses a specific set of tools. One of those tools is the parabolic SAR tool out here. And Garo, we're about to go to a break. So we're going to make you and everybody else wait to hear what Stevie's crystal ball says for just a few moments. When we get back to this break, folks, we'll take a look at RH, and you can see on the screen in front of you how price is sitting right at that 200 period moving average. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com TFNN.com and try mastering probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. We're on the line with Garo in Newport Beach, California. Garo, are you in Newport? Where are you at today? Are you in Alaska?
Yes, I'm in Newport Beach. I came back from Alaska, yeah.
Oh, perfect. So we're taking a look at RH, and Garo's specific question, he's trying to understand, what do Stevie's charts show here? And right now, I'm going to put up the daily chart. Let's just start with the daily time frame. And what I'm going to show you, there's really 3 different bottom patterns. So it's attempting to form a bottom. Will it hold today? If it can close above 317, even Steven, and right now you can see we're at about 317.40, then at least a bottom will have formed. So the first bottom that attempted to form out here, and it still is in place unless we see a close below 320.81 today. We might get that. Is a TD9 count bottom and a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. But there's another bottom that formed out here on April the 4th, and that's the lower low. So that's where the 317 is coming from, because it's the low of the 2 candles set up there, that bull sash candle. So price would need to close below that. If it does close below that, Garo, then we'll have 2 bottoms that will have failed. You're below the bottom of its daily profile. It'd be below the red oscillator and change line, and that would suggest to me a further move lower. Now, I'm not saying that this is a buyable bottom. It is attempting to form a bottom, and really, but so any questions about this white background chart that we're taking a look at?
No, it's fine. Yeah,
perfect.
It's fine.
So when we take a look at, so the reason why I wanted to start with the daily, because really the daily chart is the only one where I see some type of bottom signal. If we expand out, and by the way, if the daily, no, I don't think I've got it on the daily out here. Give me one second. Nah, I can't. If I'm going to go back to, I'm going to go to the weekly chart now, Garo. And on the weekly chart, that's why the daily is important. So the weekly chart shows no bottoming pattern. In fact, if anything, this closed below a hammer candle that formed the week of February 25th out there. When you're below the bottom of a hammer candle, it says if you're long, you're wrong. What that really means out there until you see the next bottoming pattern. And on the weekly chart, you're in bar number 6 this week of a TD9 count. Price last week and this week tested that red oscillator and change line. That is a bearish signal. Prices below its bullish structured weekly profile. What this suggests to us, Garo, is that if you see a close today, for example, below 317, then that would suggest that the 229 level is in effect. And that's the next breakout area on the weekly time frame. Garo, any questions about this weekly chart before I go on to the next?
No, I don't have that 229. Unfortunately, no. You mean that it's going to go lower than below the 200-day simple moving average? You don't have it here on your chart to the 200, but it's sitting right there at this time.
Correct.
So this is going to go below than that.
Well, what I was saying is, if you get a close below $317 even Steven, then then the signal is that price should continue to move lower, and the price target becomes 229. And 229 is the low from the candle from the week that ended June 19th. That's where that's coming from. That is a breakout level, and that would just simply become the next likely price target. We'd have to see, the weekly chart could form some other kind of bottom pattern, but there's nothing as we speak right now, 1:21 in the afternoon on April the 7th. So that's why we started with the daily, because that 317 figure for my work is extraordinarily important. When we take a look at the monthly time frame chart out here, we've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, prices below its profiles. This says that over time, RH could get back to 129.11. I don't want to make that call right now because we'd have to see the weekly chart patterns that we just took a look at fail or support levels fail. But the monthly is saying I want lower price. The weekly is saying I want lower price. And it's the daily that's the only chart out here that could possibly stop it. Now, I know, and I'll go back to your screen. Well, any questions about what I've shared so far?
No, sir. It's perfect. I'm taking note, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so just back to Garo's chart out here so everybody can see it, and which, as he pointed out, price is sitting on the 200 period weekly. So it's a weekly chart. We're looking at the chart on the very right-hand side, and that's that green line that Garo was looking at. And that currently is priced at least on my system, that is currently priced at 362.52. Is that it? Yeah, 362.50. No, that can't be it.
No, that is the exponential. The one that is sitting and right now is a simple, the 200.
316. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Yep, the 200 simple moving average, 316.79. Thank you for being my eyes out there, because it was sitting right in front of me. So I don't use the 200 period exponential or simple moving average. That doesn't mean it shouldn't be used. You use it. So in your case here, that figure is at 316.79. I was at 317. I think we're kind of splitting hairs here. So I'd say if it gets below that 360, if it gets below that 200 period simple moving average, then definitely price should go target that weekly level that I provided to you. Again, that number was the 229 area out there. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir. That was great. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time and listening to me. Thank you, sir.
Always our pleasure. Garo, great to hear from you. Thanks so much for your call. That was Garo. You bet. That was Garo in California. Now, what was I going to do? So we took a look at Lightspeed Crude. And, well, you know what we might as well do here is there was a question inside the Tiger's Den, because I'll forget it, which was a take a look at the IYT, which are the Dow transports, which have been just simply demolished over the last couple of trading sessions. They have provided a wild ride. So we're going to let these charts here populate. It will take just a moment or two because I've got apparently too many things open. But we're going to wait idly by for the IYT to pop up on our screen. And as is popping up on our screen right now, the IYT is trading out at 241.57. What we know is that price is below its monthly profile as we speak. It's below its weekly profile, and it's certainly below its daily profile, and there's no bottoming signal. What I mean by that is that you're in bar number 5 of a TD9 count. That says on a daily basis, you could find some type of bottom next week. Maybe that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, something along those lines. I don't see any bottoming signals yet, really. Well, the 30-minute, I take that back, has formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. Like Lightspeed Crude, its 30-minute profile, I'll just simply expand out the chart, has formed above price. So that is a bearish message. It remains a bearish message unless price were to close above 244.55. But if it's going to do that, you really need to see it close above the top of its profile. That's at 245.92. So the 30-minute chart says, okay, I want to start a charge. The counter trend move, again, should end at 244.55 out there. What else can we find or glean? 15 minutes got a bottom signal as well. But none of the other time frames do. And if anything, the 195-minute chart negated its TD9 count. So right now the signals for the IYT are that it should continue to head lower. To see if I can find another breakout level. I can't here, so I'm going to go to the weekly time frame just to give you some type of price target. And that price target would be 224.97. Yeah, 224.97 as a TD9 count breakout level. That takes you back to the week that ended February 12th of 2022, right? Yeah. No, this is a weekly chart. Can't be. That's February. February 12th, the week of February 12th. Yeah, it's got to be, yeah, the week of February 12th. That's 2021. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Stevie's a little slow here today. Don't know why, but I am. So what I'm going to try to do during this break here is I'll take one of those 5-hour energy drinks. Yeah, I don't think so. But, mentally speaking, that's what I'll do. So I'll be back on the ball when we get back from this break.
Are you having fun trading the markets, but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go out to Denver and speak with Ron. Ron, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
Great, Steve. Reason I was calling about Nordic American Trust, NAT, I bought a lot of this stock back in February, and now they say the Russian oil tankers are banned from carrying oil. and these guys have about 25 tankers, and they said that they're getting now $50,000 a day for a month or more, and they used to get 10,000. So there's big demand. You've got about 25 of these heavy tankers, and I just wondered. I was just ready to pull the trigger and buy some more, and I just wonder what it looked like for you technically, NAT.
Sure. So we've got the black background screens up on our chart here right now, Ron. And if you take a look at the monthly time frame, the very right-hand panel, you can clearly see where the sellers are at. And that's at the top of that profile. And that's at 276. And you're 20 cents below resistance. So it's kind of hard for me to suggest to you that you should add or buy into. Well, you already have stock. But I would rather see you add at a higher price when price takes out that resistance level. So that's 276. Now price is above the top of the daily, and it is above the top of the weekly, but you can see some trend line resistance. That's the middle chart that it's also run into. So any questions about these black background charts or the $2.76 level?
No, so you say wait for the breakout over at 276.
Well, that's what the black charts are telling us right now. Yeah, that's what the black charts are saying. It would be very disingenuous for me to say, yeah, go ahead and load up and buy now, knowing that resistance has been tested and is held thus far at 276, which is just 20 cents ahead of where we're at. Now we're going to go ahead and switch. Yeah, so let's go switch over to the white background charts. Maybe there's some compelling information on the white background charts that will have us say, hey, what are you talking about, Steve-O? So on the left-hand side, upper left-hand side, it's the monthly chart for Nordic American tankers. Nothing else to provide us information there. The weekly chart looks pretty good, but the week's not over. The weekly chart says, hey, you'd like to see it close above 243. This has a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. And on a weekly basis, you've got a swing point that it's dealing with. The swing point, which was from the week that began February 28th, had 48 million shares. It's Thursday. You're at 36 right now. So I can't tell if that's going to take that out with volume, but if it does, you'd have an A to B equals CD to the upside. That doesn't negate we still want to see it close above 276, though. The daily time frame shows we're in bar number 7 of a TD9 count. This says you could see a short-term top or some type of top form between tomorrow and Tuesday of next week. So since you already have a good position here, I'm going to again suggest that you just sit tight, knowing that we're staring at that 276 level. Now, when I look at intraday charts, it's the shorter-term time frames that have the signals out here, the 15-minute and the 30-minute, and they're actually suggesting, well, the 15-minute says I want to see a rally up to about 262 to 265. The 30-minute says I want to actually go lower. But that's the reason why we take a look at these different time periods or intraday charts, because we can really do kind of a play-by-play. We do a deep dive into in essence into a daily candle and try to figure out what does it mean on the 195, the 130, the 6530, and the 15-minute out there. So sorry for blabbering out there.
No, it's all right. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm following everything you say.
Yeah, but sometimes that's what you get is Stevie Blabber. So as I take a look at these charts here, I think it's better to just be patient here.
Okay, I will do that. And
I mean, if you've got a different take,
so where would support be if it pulls back? What number would you use?
Okay, excellent question. So the answer to that is going to be dependent upon two things. One, what is today's close? If today is able to close above the top of the daily profile, that would be day one above it. The top is 254, and we're 256 right now. So if price closes above 254 today and tomorrow, then old resistance, 254, becomes support. The first level of support. The second level of support, and that is if price gets below the 254 level, then you're looking at 224. Now that's the oscillator and change line. That's going to change over time by pennies or what have you, but that would be the answer to your question.
Super. All right, I'll watch for those numbers and act accordingly.
Okay.
I appreciate it very, very much for your time.
Yeah, and if it breaks above that 276 level, call back for sure. We'll take a look at it, tomorrow or what have you. Otherwise, I think it's something for us to take a look at the early part of next week. Okay, Ron?
All right, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You You bet, and thanks so much for calling. That was Ron in Denver. So what I probably should do here, folks, is go to some emails that have come in, and so give me a moment to get to each. Let me at least weed out all of the junk. Yeah, we better get to these emails here quickly. There's like 5 or 6 of them. So let's get to the first one, and the first one is from Tim, and Tim wants to take a look at NTR. So let me try to get that populated on our white screens out here. In the meantime, let's read Tim's question. And Tim's question is, I'm looking for a long entry point into Nutrien NTR. Could you please look at the support resistance levels on the daily and weekly? So the first daily support level it's going to show up, although you can't see it just at the moment. I'm looking at my black background screens while this thing is populating here, is where it's trading in essence right now or this morning. So your support on a daily basis, 102 even Steven. Resistance, 107.47. On the weekly basis, price is above the top of its profile, and that's at 72.75, and it's above the top of its monthly profile, which is 63.96. Those are so far down there that Tim, we won't use those. Instead, we would use the oscillator and change lines. Now, the monthly chart for NTR says it's in a strong momentum move to the upside, and the reason is because the month of March negated its TD9 count top, and it did it without even a hiccup. So NTR is saying that this thing wants to continue to run higher. The weekly chart says hold your horses. I've got a TD9 count top, and price should go ahead and pull back. Pull back to where? 95.57, Tim, is going to be the first level out there. If price closes below that, we're looking at a further retracement. The likely further retracement, if price closed below 95.58, would be 87.70. That's its breakout level for its daily time frame. I don't really see anything compelling in the intraday charts to suggest anything different out there. So your question was you wanted to look for an entry point. Right now, until we see otherwise, I'm going to say that entry point is either 87.70 or around 95.57. And when those levels get hit, we'd like to see some bottoming signals on the intraday time frame charts. If we don't see any, then it's likely going to head to that next level, lower level out there. So, Tim, thanks so much for waiting. I hope that helps you out. Let's go to our next question. The next question is about Nvidia, and this is for David H. in Panama City. Love Panama City, except for the hurricanes that you guys seem to get up in the alley up there. But David's question specifically is, hey, Steve, do you think NVIDIA will fill the recent gap of March the 15th, NVDA, I'm just getting that fired up on my black background charts out there, recent gap of 315 by tomorrow? By tomorrow. Well, we're going to try to do our best to help you out. Do you think it will even go lower to the swing point at 215? You've got the 240 puts expire on the 14th. So with regard to NVIDIA is going to form bar number 7 today, and it is gunning for that gap. Will it fill it? I don't have any reason to think that it won't, with the exception of 231.72 is your TD9 count breakout level. This could form a TD9 count bottom. You could actually get bar number 8 tomorrow. I don't know if you will or won't. That could be the bottom, but NVIDIA is set up to potentially form a bottom between Friday and Tuesday of next week. So do I think it's gonna get down into that gap level? And as long as it's the breakout's around 211.72, yeah, I think it should get down to that. Well, you put a 215 out here. It should certainly get down to that breakout level. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. One quick correction. I really was doing a poor job of reading. The number that Nvidia is going to target wasn't 211. It's the 231.72 level out there. I'm sure David was following along and knew what I was referring to. Let's go out to Philly and speak with John. John, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today on Masters Thursday?
Boy, being out in the middle of the country, I'm reminded of years ago when Vijay Singh won, I think it was the PGA, out at Whistling Straits on the shores of Lake Michigan.
Yes.
And I saw the leaderboard about 2 hours ago, and poor Vijay Singh was already 6 over.
Well, that's he is one of the hardest working guys out there as far as hitting balls. And to my recollection, I think he has avoided injury for the most part. Much like much like Bernhard Langer. I mean, talk about an amazing. It's fun to watch, and I see that 3 under is the leading scorer. Joaquin Niemann. I think now Joaquin's playing with Tiger. I think today, isn't he? So he's got.
You can tell me on that, Steve.
I think so. Yeah.
Steve, it's funny how very often during your show at this time slot, there's some market moves are lining up where I'm interested in taking action. So crude oil, the May contract CLK2 is one such example here today. My question, Steve, crude, the May contract came down and made a low of 93.80, which compares to the spot contract low 3 weeks ago at 93.55, a double low bottom candidate. My question is, what level in price does your work show crude, this May contract, needs to rally above to secure that little spike low 2 hours ago as a bottom, please?
So the first thing that we want to make sure that we state is that today is going to be, or appears will be, bar number 9 of a TD9 count. So you're searching.
I'm sorry I failed to look at that. Look at that. Yep.
That's okay. So coming back into that level of support, and again, which you're looking at for your double bottom, you also have a bottoming signal. What we don't know, John, is whether the low of this pattern should it take hold, whether it's today's low or is it a lower low tomorrow. But, at this stage here, you've got what you were asking for, which is you're seeing price come back to a prior area. You're thinking it might be able to defend that, and now you've got a bottom signal on the daily time frame. We then go over to those shorter term time frames, and a 30-minute chart formed a TD9 count bottom. It did it this morning, as well as a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. I'm expanding that chart out, pull it back just a tad, and that bottom came in at 12:30 and was confirmed at 1 o'clock as far as the TD9 counts. Now, the level that price would need to close above to suggest that this might be a bottom of significance, meaning a much further rally, would be taking out 98.15. And 98.15 is a TD9 count breakdown level on the 30-minute time frame. So it's the 30-minute that's given us a nice bottoming signal. We go to take a look at where are the levels of resistance. Well, there's a profile at the top, which is at 97.71. That's so close to 98.15. My answer would be 98.15. Two consecutive closes above that would then signal that, in fact, that was a very likely bottom for the daily time frame. That at least should then take price to around the 105.11-ish area. Now, with regard to the other intraday time periods, we don't have a bottoming signal just yet on the 60-minute, nor the 120, nor the 240. Nor the 5 hours. So it's really just the 30-minute chart, John, that I would be paying attention to here for signals. Does that help?
That is very clear. Some pivotal info right there. No need to discuss that further. We got our
Perfect.
We got the benchmark, so I appreciate it.
John, thanks so much for calling as always, and we'll look forward to talking to you again soon. That was John in Philly, and so now let's go back to there was a question that came in by email, and let's get those. That was from who was this from? I don't know. But the question is about Home Depot, and it just says bought this morning. So I guess what the individual's looking for is some type of, what are the charts saying? And we're going to go to, so on a monthly chart, for example, for Home Depot, price has got a nice TD9 count, Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, and you're below the bottom of its bullish structured profile. That says Home Depot could be targeting 246.59. Mark that, note that. You then have on a weekly basis a TD9 count bottom. So tomorrow, if Home Depot were to close below that TD9 count bottom, that is the week of February 25th, that low is 299.29. If price closes below that, and we're above it right now, that will be a failed pattern, and that will suggest lower price as well. So that's how you take a look at the monthly, put that together the weekly. Now, the daily says, and this is where I see your trade. It makes sense when I take a look at the daily time frame. At least it makes sense right now, 148, and that is because you are in wave number 7, letter G. You're not going to get a bullish reversal signal today. You'd like to see that. That would form a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. But right now, price is dealing with resistance. There's a couple resistance levels. The first one is this oscillator and change line. And that oscillator and change line that you really want to see price close above is at 300.85, and we're at 300.53. If you do get a close above that, and if this is just a counter trend move, which it could be, then price will find resistance at around 314.79. If price can clear 314.79, that says maybe this is a bottom. At least the daily time frame chart would be saying that. We know the weekly would also be saying that as long as that TD9 count bottom holds out there. It's the monthly that would say, I'm not in agreement with you. So you really want to see price close above this red oscillator and change line. You'd sure like to see it happen today. If we look at the intraday time frame charts out here, the 195-minute chart has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. Resistance where you're trading right now, then at 303.31 and then 305.52. Bottom signal on a 130-minute chart. Bottom on the 165. I'm sorry, on the 65. A bottom pattern on the 30. So you've really got everything now. The 15-minute chart says okay. It had a nice run. It did a nice sprint. And it ran out of gas as soon as it got that TD9 count pattern, which was also at the top of its 15-minute profile. So now what you're going to want to be watching here for you is that if price can close above today's high, or that TD9 count on the 15-minute basis, that is at 301.80. That's then going to suggest a move up to 306.46 out there. Otherwise, price should pull back to about the 298 level. And if it can pull back, hold that, and then move forward and take out that high, that would also be another nice picture. So I hope that helps you out. I believe that might have been Vicky. Well, we got a Vic, and Vic E wants to write in, and This is a fish in Riverview. Gotta love it. So I'm short the major indices from yesterday's close via the direction 3X leverage vehicles. What are your thoughts on staying put in these tonight overnight? It's an excellent question. I think we're going to be able to answer that real quickly here, very specifically. And to do that, we're going to switch back to our black background charts. We're going to go to that chart that I have set up that's got the spot volatility index as well as the ES mini. And it's this chart here. And what you're looking at is looking at the bottom panel. And there's really two things you'd like to see in order to stay short. You'd like to see the spot volatility close above its 50-day exponential moving average. That is currently priced at 24.38. The spot is trading at 22.71. The second thing you'd like to see is a close below 44.52. That is the bottom of the daily profile. If you don't get that, it gets a little iffy out there. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are you looking for a secured investment which pays you on a monthly basis? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be the program for you. The best rate on a 5-year CD in the country right now, according to Bankrate.com, is paying 1% per year or $1,000 per $100,000 invested. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly, on secured, high-value, buildable properties in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment is for 4 years, paying 7% per year or $7,000 per $100,000 invested. Your investment is secured by high-value real estate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Your investment can be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. Do you want to make $1,000 per year on $100,000 invested or $7,000 per year on a secured Tiger First mortgage? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be just the program for you. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly. For more information, you can call 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. So we're trying to answer Vic's question. He's holding shorts in the Qs, in the semiconductor area, and so each one might be a little bit differently. But what I'm using as a general overview for you, Vic, is in taking a look at the ES Mini and the 50-day exponential moving average. So we covered that. If you were to see a close above the 50-day and a close below the bottom of the daily profile, that would be a signal to me to stay short. But I said, if it doesn't do that, it gets a bit iffy. One of the reasons why I said it gets a bit iffy is because of today's volume. If we take a look at today's volume in the SPYs, right now you've got 40 million shares. And yesterday's low was not tested in the SPYs. Yesterday's low is not tested in the SPYs. It has been in the Qs, the Diamonds, and the Russell 2000. But you're still coming down with light volume. Yesterday was 106 million. Right now you're at 41 million shares. It's just suggesting that if those levels hold, and because you don't have really the best entry, your entry was yesterday afternoon, I wouldn't take the risk unless we see a real sell-off and key level of support fail and a key level of resistance fail. In the case of the NQ, yesterday's volume was 90 million shares. You're down with 41 million shares today. Now, look, a lot of volume can come in between 2 and 4, but it's not likely to be more volume. If you take a look at the Dow Diamonds, volume yesterday, 5.4 million shares. You're at 2.2. The Russell, which is arguably the weakest of these four, it's below the bottom of its profile. Yesterday was down with 34 million shares. Today you're down with half that volume right now at 17. So that's why I say it would be a bit iffy out there, maybe as a last resort or last element to take a look at. And I went to the very short-term time frame, and it's a 15-minute chart, but it really emulates. It doesn't matter to us what the time frame it is. It's really the can we get this thing to open up? There we go. Come on. So on this 15-minute time frame, you can see where the highs came in. And you take a look at the TD9 count breakdown resistance levels. When they fail, like it did back here on April the 7th, it tells you want higher price. Right now, you've got one level that's failing, 44.75. If 44.90.75 fails out there and 45.06.25 fails, then you don't want to stay short. Folks, stay tuned. Your favorite polar bear is up next. David White and Tom O'Brien. He'll take us on home. I'll be back with you tomorrow on Fantastic Friday. Have a terrific Thursday, folks.